Order canceled.
Jose, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order filled. Target filled.
All right, chat, nothing too exciting yet this morning. Kind of have a bearish bias today of sorts, but it does depend a lot on what happens here. Because I mean, currently we opened up, went through the EMAs, and then we kind of came back to the EMAs. We haven't really picked the direction yet. We could just kind of chop around, but if we pick a direction, have a little bit of a trend, right, have some momentum, bearish or bullish, then we'll be chilling. We'll be looking for some trades. for sure. So kind of just hanging out right by the EMAs. Kind of consolidating, getting kind of tight already, even though the market just opened up. So a little strange, a little interesting. Kind of looking like a bull flag maybe, but not really in an uptrend, I would say. So don't know if it's a good flag for me personally. So we are kind of breaking up though. Buyer's not doing too bad here. Not too shabby. Guess we do have some buyers. Kind of rejecting the highs already. Still haven't really gone anywhere in the last couple minutes. But it looks like the buyers are trying to hold up this 300 area. We're at the 1 minute 90 EMA. We do have news in 5 minutes. So definitely don't want to be too aggressive with that on the horizon. All right, now we're pulling back. We're getting below these EMAs, which could be pretty nice for the sellers. Definitely a little choppy though, not gonna lie. I probably want to wait until after news as well before making any trades. Just be safe. Yeah, if news wasn't in like 2 minutes, I might consider going short here. But we have the VWAP kind of down here as well, so it could be a kind of a tricky area. But I imagine the shorts kind of play out. ES has already taken out the lows of the morning, so I feel it's only a matter of time until Nasdaq does the same. But we'll see. We'll see. We got just over 1 minute and 30 seconds until news drops. All right, 1 more minute till news. Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. So the market's kind of waiting for news as well. Not really going anywhere right now. Here we go. Here's news. So far, this is pretty boring. This could be good for the sellers. There we go. There's the little dump, potentially. Not the most exciting news, but that might help the market go down. We did sweep the low, but we're already rejecting the lows, so nothing is certain yet. Dylan tapping in. Welcome. Well, we failed to take the lows there. And now we're already almost back to the highs of the day. Wow. Kind of chopping around the EMAs as well. So this could be very well be a choppy, hands-off kind of day. But we'll see. Crazy candle though. That was a bigger candle than news candle. What are we thinking today? I was thinking kind of bearish, but so far since the open, we've kind of failed to go higher, failed to go lower. So I'm kind of feeling like we might just chop around for a little bit. I mean, we'll see what market does, but so far, looking like we kind of have this big range here. Might wait until we get out of it before I really take any trades. I kind of just want to go short right now. Stop loss at high of day to London low. Might not be bad, especially if we are going to range like I mentioned. We definitely could break the highs and that would be interesting. But if we do hold up this range, it's not a terrible idea. And then target London lows down at like the 126s. Might not be bad. Or even just target the bottom of the range. It's still 100 points. 330 down to 220. Looks like it is potentially rounding off here at the highs. Big day yesterday? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, we had like 3 trades, 3 nice wins, and that was it. Pretty simple. I mean, yeah, we had a really nice trend for once on a Monday, and then we just kind of got some good entries on it, and then we did take one long actually at the end there. A little reversal trade and just got like a little part of the move, and yeah, pretty solid. Looks like we actually did pop back up to the highs. We could be trying to make a bullish play here. Being conservative this week. Yeah, I probably am too. I do want to be a little aggressive on some of these evals, but in general, this week's just not the best week for trading. A week before Christmas, you know. Oh yeah, definitely don't want to jeopardize any payouts. See, part of me feels like this could be the start of, you know, an uptrend for a little bit. At the same time, the way we've kind of been expanding the range, right? We've been taking out the highs, the lows, the highs. I wouldn't be surprised if we go and take out the lows again. Base hits this week. Nice, nice. Definitely the move, I think. Got a 15-point trade with 2 minis last night on NQ. Nice. $600. Not too shabby. Yeah, it seems like your win rate during Asia session is still pretty solid. We're kind of setting up a bull flag. We are technically in a bit of an uptrend, but I don't know if we're really in a trend. You know, I don't know if I trust the continuation on this too much. Once the move sets up, it usually gives the deuce a move. Nice, nice. Makes sense. Yeah, and that's all you really need. One solid trade in Asia, you're chilling. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. We might be kind of ranging. Like I said, just like analyzing the market earlier. Pretty quickly, we tried to go lower off the open, got rejected to the highs. And then we kind of made like some more highs, but then we got rejected all the way to the lows. Which then got rejected again. And we went all the way to the highs. So yeah, we'll see what happens up here at the highs. Right, let's see if this bull flag plays out. We'll see if we hold up, if we push higher. But if this bull flag doesn't really play out, we might be coming back down to the lows. Or just the bottom of this range, which, again, not ideal. Guessing like a 50-point range. Yeah, probably. Right now it's like 100 points from like the 320s down to 220. But I would suspect that we tighten up a little bit to, yeah, 50, 70 or something like that. A little unfortunate though, kind of unable to take advantage of the morning momentum. But hopefully that means we'll get some more momentum later in the day. So we could break the highs here potentially. Maybe we are bullish today. Well, we did take the highs there. But we're kind of slowly grinding up. So as of now, it's kind of hard to imagine we don't kind of continue this uptrend for now. Yeah, I kind of figured we would dump as well. We do have some volatility, which is nice. But yeah, I was kind of expecting a little range bound as well. So I was a little hesitant on this buy here. I mean, it hasn't quite played out totally yet, but definitely would have been a pretty good entry somewhere in here. Still could be kind of nice. Get up here towards the highs. But yeah, it's a little scary. Yeah, 50 entry ain't bad. Yeah, just don't quite trust the longs yet. But we're definitely not ready to dump, I don't think. Yeah, 40 is probably a little better, a little cleaner. Yeah, I might try to. I might wait for us to pull back a little farther. Maybe like kind of the 30 area. Kind of get below the 40s in this zone. I mean, even better would be down here, but yeah, there's 2 wicks. I mean, yeah, this might be it right here. Just kind of hoping for a little bit more of a pullback, but this might be it. Yeah, there's the push. Yeah, I was kind of anticipating another test of the 5 EMA here on this candle, like it down here. It's like the 35s and then show some of that resistance back up here. Enter around, kind of around 50 almost maybe. But yeah, that was a little quick. This wick here was really quick. And then at that point started at 67, which definitely not as good of an entry. And then yeah, there's 400. So yeah, definitely hard to want to force anything like that when you're already green. Might try the 15 if we get down here. Yeah, this is why I don't quite trust the longs, because I can feel the sellers. I mean, the fact that we undid all this progress with 2 candles. But yeah, that's the range. So we are at the bottom. Hard to imagine we don't continue the range potentially.
Order filled. Order filled.
Ooh, bad skill in there.
Stop filled.
Unfortunately, that was not exactly what I meant to do. I'll be right back. Alright, chat. We're back. You see, this is why I didn't quite trust the longs. We also just got buried by the 1 EMA there, which is wild. I guess that's part of the game. But yes, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I should have gone before that trade. Just kidding. But yeah, we're almost at the lows now. This is some weird price action. A little unfortunate there that we caught that loss. And I lost a lot more than I should have too. I should have only lost like 200 on that trade. But I didn't move my stop in time. I mean, you guys saw how fast that was too. I got in because we were like pushing these highs and we got insta rejected all the way down like here, which was like below where I wanted to move my stop. So there wasn't much I could do, but I definitely should have made sure that didn't happen. Oh, we're taking the lows now. We'll see if we continue this momentum down. Maybe we'll get a short opportunity or something. What I miss? Just one trade. Tried to kind of go off the 15, a little bit the 5 as well. Not the best entry. And I kind of tried to scale in, but we just got buried by the 1 and just insta rejected and lost double what I should have because I didn't have time to move my stop. So that was fun. I was kind of going off the bottom of this range as well, but clearly not the best. Yeah, we just got buried right here and just went straight down. I was kind of feeling the shorts, but we were kind of holding above the EMAs, so figured I'd try long. Didn't take this first one, kind of waiting for that second entry because of the chop, but maybe we'll try short if we get an opportunity. But also because I lost for like 50 on that instead of 200. Or technically like 180. I probably don't want to do too much today. Yeah, the short could have been clean once we got below that 15. I probably would have taken that potentially. But I had to run to the bathroom. Bad timing. Should have gone before I took this trade. Should have gone before market open. Well, that's very true. Except I did not have the opportunity, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could have tried to like force it, but sometimes you can't force it. That's a noob move. Oh, 100%, 100%. Dang, this could be one of those V bottoms. Could have grabbed the long, like off the RSI. If so, then yeah, probably could have done that. Especially looking at this kind of range that we have. Let's see if we get something here. Probably wait for the second entry. Yeah, we do know that V algo definitely is a thing. Yeah, you definitely could argue that. Pure V's. Yes, yeah, right through. Almost through the CMAs there. Yeah, bunch of V's today. We are kind of holding up. This could be tempting for something.
Order filled.
Wasn't bad, a little move down, but yeah, we're just not getting a ton of continuation here just yet. Hopefully we can get below that 1 though, and then we'll be hopefully chilling. But the V algo might just reign supreme today. It's still holding up all right, but it definitely feels like it could pop kind of at any time, either direction, which is kind of not ideal, but does feel like it's gonna kind of push a little more. Unless we do just randomly dump, which would be nice. Because yeah, it doesn't always fill the whole V. And the EMA should do something, but it like looks like we want to dump, but we just can't get past 260.
Order filled. Target filled. Target filled.
There we go. I was gonna say, as soon as we get down below 260, we'll be chilling. We're just taking our time. Yeah, the V algo makes it kind of tough to know exactly what's going to happen, but looks like the EMAs did hold pretty good there. Nice little trade. We made what, like 550 on that? Well, assuming these two P&Ls are correct. Nice trade. Thank you. Thank you. Forget algos go off instinct. Sometimes that's facts. That was a little scary though. Because like I think I did a similar trade last week. But the V algo just kind of pushed it all the way up to like the top of the V. Yeah, good stop area. Good. I mean, yeah, we had the 5 and the 15 there. And as soon as we got below the 1, we were kind of just home free. Which is kind of what I was looking for. Yeah, it looks like we should go a bit lower. The ATR is pretty high. It's like a 30 still. ATR is like a 74 on the 15-minute chart. 75% of that's 55. So this definitely could be like a 55-point move. Which I thought about putting my stop lower, but I don't mind where I took TP. Yeah, below 200, especially like 170. That could be the original dump that I think a lot of people kind of were expecting. Waiting for you to catch our RSI TP one of these days. The only reason I didn't for like this trade, or again, I could have gone for like 55 points if I was looking at 75% of the 15 ATR. But the only reason why I didn't is obviously just kind of this price action in general being a little choppy. So I was just happy to get out of the trade with a good win. But one of these days, I think I'm definitely going to have to do that, especially if we got like some nice momentum. Like yesterday would have been a good day, I think, to try that, since we were going short like all day. That being said, though, I think the short I ended up taking yesterday wasn't... like, it didn't have a ton of room to the downside before it kind of reversed. Since I took it, like, after 10:30-ish, or around 10:30. I'm gonna take short below 200. Nice, nice. Right. You don't have to. It's just an option. It is a good option, because as much as I've been trading 1-to-1 for the last 2.5 years, I do like the idea of more than 1-to-1, you know, especially like on trades like this. Like that last trade, obviously I should not have lost 450 on that trade. I should have lost 180, but it just moved quickly and I wasn't quite prepared for that. Yeah, I almost need like a way to kind of automate. I don't know, like automate it or just like something like that. Actually, there might be a button. Oh shoot, there might actually be a button I can do for that. Because I have an auto break even button with my thing. So I might be able to kind of like automatically put it at like my new scale in point. But basically, I mean, you guys see what happens. But like if I get like in a practice trade here.
Order filled.
And then if I get in like again,
order filled.
It's like I got double stop losses. So it's like I got to go down to, I think it's like 7.75 once I scale in. And I have to get the other one and put it there too. I got to do all that and make sure my TPs are kind of in the right spot. And just on that last trade, it just went insta up. Kind of hard to manage. But I think if I have my stops up here, I think if I do like 7.75 times 4, that's like 31 ticks. So if I set my break even button to like -31 instead of... oh wait, that just moved the TP. So I don't want that. I probably need price to be obviously positive. Then let's try it again. Here we go, in 99. Oh boy, good luck. Looks like we're kind of bouncing right here, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean anything too decisive yet. We definitely could find some support off the 1 before we go down. Yeah, no fear. No room for that.
Order canceled.
Okay, I'm just gonna close that. I'm trying to figure something out here.
Order filled.
So I just need to be... I need to be in profit for those little seconds, which maybe I just won't get. Yes, I should be able to click that button and make it just auto go down to there. And then if I scale in, it should combine them for me as well. We'll see.
Order filled.
So Let's say I scale, then we just need a little bit of profit. Come on, go down just a little bit. Otherwise it'll... I guess maybe I don't need profit, maybe I just need... Dang it, market's just going straight up. Might test those EMAs again.
Stop filled. Order filled.
How am I supposed to practice my my plan? The market just goes straight up. I guess we're really gonna hold the lows of the day still.
Order filled.
Okay, I'll practice
Order
trade.
filled.
It's actually not a bad real trade either. But yeah, I should be able to click that and then it goes right to 7.75, which is my stop once I scale in. So that's nice that I can do that.
Stop filled.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Very nice. Using small size micros, that's also very, very smart. Especially since we're up 600. But it looks like you're down almost 100 points. So hopefully you're only in like... Oh, you only took a small loss, 100? That's not bad. That's not bad. I was going to say, if you're still in this, you'd be down like 200 bucks on one micro. Yeah, this is a bit crazy. Price action, holding lows here. Might be trying to like reverse back to the highs maybe. Or we're just going to kind of keep this range. Let's see if I like draw another. I want to change the color. But yeah, we got this range, then we kind of have the extended range up here. The V algo, literally. Gosh dang V algo. Yeah, if we get back below the EMAs, could be a nice short setup. Kind of go with the V algo as well.
Order filled.
Maybe not. Just kidding. Thought for sure I was going to get stopped out there. These wicks are kind of not ideal though. Might get stopped out just out of luck, unluckiness. But if we can just, yeah, get below this 5 EMA, then the 1 should be chilling. Might break the uptrend, like you said, go to RSI. Any second now. Another wick though. These wicks are crazy right now.
Order filled.
There we go, there we go.
Target filled.
Boom, baby. I would have gone for a little bit more, but I was watching my P&L. And since I'm up like 800 bucks on the day, I don't want to go over 1,000 for the consistency rule. So we're just taking like 35 points there. I do have a little bit more room because after commissions, I'm at like 778 for my P&L. But I'm happy with that. Yes, sir. Another banger trade. That first trade can have me stressing, but I mean now, this trade, what was that, like 700 bucks on one trade? Pretty solid. Looks like the TP there was almost perfect. Jeez. Love to see it. I definitely could pass this week for sure. Let's see. Dawn, thank you for the follow. But yeah, we do gotta get them payouts. We're definitely on track, but unfortunately, last Thursday and Friday, both days I caught 3 losses on this account. So that was a little rough. So I was in a bit of drawdown. I'm almost back to where I was. And if we continue with like 1 trade like this a day, or like especially 2, you know, we should be able to pass this week for sure. But yeah, last weekend was really unfortunate. Just because like there was like, what was it? I think it was Friday. Friday I had like all the unluckiest like entries or stops and whatever. Obviously, like we kind of talked about, second entry is probably where the move, and I just wasn't quite expecting that. But unluckiness aside, or whatever you want to call it, took 3 losses. Thursday took 3 as well, and that was probably a little bit of user error for sure. or maybe just another bad market. Anyways, I did catch one nice win on Thursday that made back all the losses, but that was on a different account. So this account took 3 losses, didn't catch a win, then took 3 more losses on Friday. Yesterday got a nice win. And then today, but yeah, still not exactly. Yeah, still trying to recover from that. Yeah, I just wasn't really expecting the second entries yet. I mean, obviously after some of those trades, I was like, all right, second entry is probably the way to go. But I didn't take any more because I was already 3-0 with my losses. But yeah, at the time, I thought we had enough kind of momentum and lack of chop that I didn't need the second entries. But yeah, clearly I was wrong. So you're having success with this strat though? Yeah, relatively. Still need to pass this account to really say I've succeeded, but I'm definitely getting some good wins to make up losses and everything like that. The worst part about it though was like Thursday and Friday when I took some of those losses, those were the days that I switched to 4 contracts instead of 2 initial. So it took a little hit of like the profits that I was making. But after today, we're kind of chilling on this account. We're almost back to max drawdown. That's what, yeah, exactly. That's what happens when you scale. Just, it's always, you know, funny or ironic, you know, the first day you scale up, take like max loss. But obviously that's why you make sure if you do scale up, you can handle, you know, max loss or whatever your rules are. And yeah, then it should even out. Which I think we're getting to that point where it's starting to kind of even out. And then if I can keep making some good like $600-700 days or whatever, hopefully even more. Kind of nice. Right, definitely makes sense. I almost didn't take the second trade though, because I already caught like a good one to make back my losses, and I was like, gotta follow the rules or whatever. But this one just took looking too good once we got back below the 15. So definitely glad I took that for, yeah, like 690. I think even it had to have been a little bit more. Maybe it was just 690. Maybe that is accurate. Anyways. Right, for the mental. Well, because that is actually kind of how I traded last year with my old strat that I was talking about. Because like obviously I would cut myself off after like 2 or 3 losses, but all I kind of was looking for was like a win, right? A good win on the day. Whether that was like a win to make back a loss, even if I'm break even on the day, it's like, well, I still got a good win, you know? Or I get my win and then I'm just done. It's always good to kind of get a win in the day, even if I was still kind of in the red a little bit or break even. Just getting that win really did help the mental for sure. Oh yeah, definitely can be easy to get chasey. I'm glad we got some good trades today, but yeah, looking at like the 15 right now, like the 15-minute chart, we've kind of been like going up and through the EMA almost all day. Like almost chopping it. So it is nice that we've gotten a couple like little moves off the EMA. But yeah, only like 30-point move here, 35. This one did get like 55 or 60 points. But yeah, definitely not the craziest of moves. We are kind of just chopping up and down through the EMAs for the most part. But it's good that you can still make some money. Go for the TP. Some second entries as well and make some money. But yeah, definitely don't want to get too chasey. Overtrade. Is this NT? Trying to learn how to use it. Yeah, it is. This is Ninja Trader, the desktop app version. That's true. The RR does make a lot of the trades justifiable. Which sometimes, which I think like last week when I had like the 3 losses in a row, Friday and Thursday. Obviously, I just, you could say, should have been more consistent with the account. Because the one win, because I did get a win on Thursday, it just was on the other account. So that was unfortunate for the drawdown on this account. But in general, it wasn't like the end of the world, obviously. But yeah, like it does make it easier to justify trades. And does help with like the hesitation when it's like, yeah, you know, even if I do lose this trade, it's like, all right, maybe we catch a long or maybe we, right? Even if I do get stopped out, let's see. Well, because I was looking back at Friday, for example, and like, technically there isn't a lot of harm in the first entry. If your plan is like, okay, if I get stopped out the first entry and we get a second, I take the second. Because the second will make back the losses plus some. And it's not ideal. Obviously, the goal would be to win without losing. But like, if you do just look at it as pure statistics and like risk to reward, like I could have just taken the second entry after I took the loss and then made back the whole loss plus some. Right, it is all supposed to be on one account. That's the thing. That's what I've been trying to do, is kind of stick to this account and really kind of push it with the EMA strat. And then kind of look for like the bear and the bull flags on one of my accounts and then the 5-minute trades on that other account. It's kind of a mixture of some of that stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to kind of keep this strat mostly to this account. But at this point, I probably will do all of it on this account just so I have the best kind of stats. Right, the statistics, exactly. Because yeah, if I just happen to have like, again, the 3 losses on this account, then I catch 1 or 2 wins on the next account, right? Well, kind of like earlier, say like the first trade. If I took that loss, especially because it was a little bit bigger than it should have been, would which luckily won't happen again because I made my break even button negative 31.6, which I believe is, I did the math. After my 23-point stop gets scaled in with the extra contracts, 1/3 of that is 7.75. Anyways, I can just click the button, it instantly goes there and combines my stop losses. So it's perfect. Yeah, it's like you take that first loss, and then like if I was like, well, I'm done trading on this account for the day because of whatever reason, whether it's like, you know, your daily loss limit or whether it's whatever else, then you miss these 2 trades. Even if you take them on another account, it's like now you're just taking extra drawdown on that account, which you didn't necessarily need to have statistically. But yeah, avoiding losses literally is putting money in your pocket. That's true. Or keeping money in your pocket. So do want to avoid any loss that's possible. Don't just throw trades out. But it is nice to know that a good setup is definitely worth taking. Don't want to hesitate. Just because it's not like perfect or whatever. Yeah, probably done with the EMA strat today. We're still kind of in this range. Definitely don't want to try and force any more things on my account. But if we can build out some sort of uptrend, maybe downtrend, we might look at some flags. But I don't know if we'll get any setup on the 5-minute that I've been taking. In the algo world, that's an optimization, avoiding an ideal condition. I say you should be able to eat 5-6 losses in a row comfortably. Yeah, I mean, I did take basically 6 losses in a row on this account. I was pretty low on the drawdown, like lower than I would have liked to be, but I still had enough that I could take some trades. And again, assuming you don't make more than 6 losses in a row, or even like 7, you can start to kind of come back from that, which is obviously the goal. But yeah, if I was trading more aggressively, more than 4 initial, probably I might have blown my account. But again, some of those losses definitely could have been avoided. But the fact that like I was able to take 5 to 6 is nice. I know I was looking at the EMAs, I was like, shoot, this might be another short. But I can't get more than like $100 or $200 on my account before I hit like the 1,000. Which I don't really want to go over the consistency. Want to pass this eval sooner than later. Yeah, no, if we definitely could be on our way to RSI TP as well. Could be very solid trade. More money, more problems. Exactly. The strat right now has been looking for some rejections off of these EMAs, kind of moving with the momentum of the market. So I took one up here, down to here, and then another one right here to here. Also like bear, bull flags, stuff you've probably seen before. We don't have a super defined trend yet. Kind of in an uptrend, but just haven't really had any flags today. Kind of had this one here, I guess, earlier in the day. But that's like the only one. Yeah, it's your strat. So you do take second entries and avoid losses. So 5 to 6 is more than enough for me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still a rookie, as they say. Yeah, new folk 9 to 12 might be more reasonable. Yeah, besides you, it's just me and Brandon. I feel like there's gotta be like some more. But they just don't. I mean, obviously it's probably a little different. Because yeah, EMA's nothing new or unique. At least like the way that I have been kind of looking at them, especially like watching and kind of reject off of them in different things. Like having the anticipation zone might be a unique thing. And then obviously like the specific risk parameters like stop loss, TP, those ideas could be very unique, but I'd be surprised if there's some similar strats out there for sure. Yeah, you did mention, yeah, micros scale up 100%. Which is very smart. Because even if you're seeing some wins, you're still going to catch some losses, get some strays, and then end up a little bit in the red, maybe blow up an account. But yeah, if you're trading micros, the chances of blowing up an account are a lot lower, even if you make some mistakes. Exactly. You start with one initial, slowly increase. Should be good. Exactly. Back-to-back banger days. Seriously. Can't complain. Maybe I'm getting better. Or maybe we're just getting some better days. But I hate to blame the market. Because there's always some opportunity. From watching shorts on YouTube. Yeah, I saw your comment on one of the recaps. Appreciate it. Mo_saw. Thank you for the follow. Looks like we're still kind of in this range that we've kind of had all of today. I mean, yeah, the 15-minute kind of outlines it pretty well. Kind of at the highs and the lows of the range. We kind of just been in the middle. Yeah, definitely anticipated it. I mean, yeah, we were kind of talking about that even, what was it, back here before like top of the hour. Just the way that we kind of like hit these highs, failed, hit these lows, failed. It's kind of anticipating this kind of range, and then kind of ranged up here above the range, and then we came back down to the bottom, and now we're just sitting inside the middle. That's true, and hanging out right around VWAP. That's true. You did kind of. You told me to scale up, but also that was a personal decision of mine. Definitely don't take any blame for yourself. But yeah, that's the smart thing to do. And that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, yeah. Because I was thinking like, oh yeah, like Monday I'll start like 4 contracts initial for this week. Which in hindsight, that would have been really nice because I would have avoided some of that drawdown from Thursday and Friday. But, I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? But yeah, I kind of needed to size up just a little bit. Because 2 initial, I didn't mind at all. Especially since I caught like a $400 trade. That's pretty solid on a 50K account. Like, I don't mind that at all. And only risking like $96 per trade or something like that. Maybe it's like 94, okay, something like that. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. But yeah, knowing that this week gonna be the last kind of good week before the week of Christmas, which again, Christmas Eve, probably not going to be able to trade much. Probably won't want to either, just because it's Christmas Eve and I'll be doing stuff with family probably. And then Christmas itself, right? Even the day after Christmas, like I doubt the market will even be open. If it is, it's going to be pretty boring. Probably like a 10-point range. So Monday and Tuesday might get some trades, but again, even then, that might be a stretch just because of the Christmas and stuff. So then you might, again, after Christmas, the 29th, the 30th, there could be something. But also there's like New Year's coming up, so it's just one of those things. Got to scale up a little bit. David, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Beyond the point TP, look to hold the 1 minute EMA for RSI TP. Yeah, we broke the uptrend. Just barely. Might look for some bear flags. It would be nice if we get below this 15-minute opening range low. Could have had this. Yeah. Wouldn't have been bad, especially I kind of when we got this close below, enter right in here. Not sure. I mean, yeah, on these ones, do you just not scale? I can't remember. Because there's no like EMAs to scale in after you kind of get through them. Yeah, I mean, that's still, let's see. They getting like 78. I mean, yeah, that's like 60 points. What do you mean? Oh, like if you go short on this, like let's say you get entered on the close of this 1 minute candle below the EMAs. 79. Typically, you would wait until you get below the 1 minute EMA or the 5 to scale. But on this, there isn't that kind of opportunity to scale. So do you just like have a certain amount of points that you scale in after you are in profit? Or do you just not scale? Do you just like let it kind of go to TP, no scaling? Or not even TP, but like, yeah, the RSI or like, Okay, it's points. So you're scaling after like, I'm guessing like 10, 15 points or like half TP maybe, something like that. So I think I had one trade like that like last week or the week before. It was actually like a good trade. But yeah, I kind of went like long once we got like above the EMA, kind of like this. And there wasn't really anywhere to scale in because the EMAs were below the entry. But I just like scaled in once we like started getting like a bit of the momentum and the push. And it worked out nicely. But yeah, I don't know if that's ever been something you kind of specifically mentioned on what to do or not. You can scale if the lower time frame EMA is supporting the move and you have some profits for float. What's your initial in points? Initial TP. The base is about 30, like 23 risk, 30 TP. But then I'll move it a little lower to like 35, maybe a little lower depending on like the ATR on the 15, the 5. Which right now 75% of it's 58. Which on this first trade I definitely could have gone for like 55, 58 points and it would have been killer. But typically I keep it around 30. Like I'll go a little under 30 if the ATR is lower. And then a little over 30 if the ATR is higher. Which on... Let's see. This trade here, it actually worked out perfectly. Otherwise would have missed TP. But this one definitely could have gone for like 55 or a little bit more. But yeah, initial TP, we'll say at 30 on average, around 10 points in profits for scale. Okay. I like that because that actually is kind of typically, you know, when I'm floating like 200 point or $200 profit, 10 points, that's when I kind of go break even. But I remember you said a couple times, like when you would go break even, that's when you should scale. But yeah, that makes sense. I think that's probably what I ended up doing as well on one of the trades where I had to do something like that. I think this one I kind of tried something like that too, which obviously I got kind of fricked by this wick here. And just in general, we didn't get above this 1 EMA. We just got buried by it. But because the 1 EMA was all the way up here, my entry was like kind of here about the 5. I think I waited for, yeah, like 10 points. It looks like it was a little bit more than 10. But yeah, I probably could have scaled around 10 points or something because waiting until here would have been a little late for the scale, potentially. But also probably better to wait for us to get above it to scale, to be like safer, I guess. But yeah, scale, don't scale. This trade would have been a loss, so it's not... Can't overthink it too much. Yeah, I know you mentioned that a couple of times, that my break-even point's usually aligned with your scale-in points. Which typically on the bear flags was, yeah, like kind of... I mean, bear flags were a little tighter. They're like 5 to 10 points. And my TB was like 12.5 points, but... Still... Fleeing a certain amount of profits aligned to the overall risk. Yeah, yeah. Could try. It's not the best bear flag. We're kind of holding up this area here. If we start to break, we could get a nice little push, but it's not very clean. Like I typically look for, like typically I like to kind of see like the wicks kind of line up like this. But we could still get a little break lower. Definitely keep an eye out for some more trades for the next little while, like some bear flags, bull flags. We are kind of just ranging though. Probably not going to take any more EMA trades. Don't know if we'll get any 5-minute trades with the gaps and the inverses. So I could play some games for a little bit. Battlefield is always a good time. But actually, I might try the new Fortnite OG. They brought back Season 7, like the Christmas season. But we'll keep chatting as well. I'll just kind of have this in the background. Profits let you increase the width of the skewed lip stop. That's true. Yeah, I like it because, like, obviously with how I've been trading, it's a little different and it's a little hard to, like, you know, the idea of just like locking in a little bit of profit or locking in break even. It's like, take the risk off. I either win the trade or I don't lose any money, which is nice, right? Which I think definitely has its value in trading. But with how you scale and the fact that you move your risk so that it's like the same, I also like. Because if your initial risk on the trade is, you know, let's say like $300, the fact that you can still make it $300, but you now have the chance to make like 3 times the money because you scaled in with like the extra contracts and everything. You know, like you start with 1 contract, you end up in 3. I mean, the RR and the P&L opportunities, crazy. Because even with my initial strat, that actually could be like a good way of doing it, is instead of going break even, scale in, just make the P&L percentage way higher. And yeah, with Momo as well, because Momo usually picks up as the move plays out. But I was kind of thinking about that strat from earlier, which I don't think we had. Let me see. We might have actually kind of had an entry somewhere. And this was kind of a range, so it's not the best. But I mean, technically, I mean, this is a fair value gap, right? We have this high, we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we bounce off the gap in the EMA, and then we make the move down. So technically that could be like an entry. We'll just say that it is. But typically I would probably go break even after we take these lows out, or say like 10, 15 points in profit. But if instead of that, right, we're risking, usually we put a stop up here, which we could still do, especially if we size down a little bit to like some micros. But let's say this risk is about $300. Right, we get like 10 points. That's about 20, but like let's say we get down here below the EMAs. I mean, yeah, that's another opportunity to scale in below the EMAs. But even just like the 10 points, we scale in, which then moves our stop loss down to here somewhere probably. But then we're still risking the same amount. But then let's say my TP is still down here, like the same spot, or even like 1-to-1 still with the like the original. So maybe it's like right here. But now because we scaled in, we now have like way more profit potential down here. And we're still giving a little bit of room to like bounce without getting stopped out break even. So Could be a thing. Our side chop strat doesn't have scaling because you have issues with choppy pulling back against you. Yeah, and that's why it might not work, because it is kind of aligned with the RSI strat, just because it's like the reversal idea. And sometimes you probably would want to align it with the RSI on one of these moves, which this one didn't technically, but like maybe down here, you hit the 30 and then you make the higher high, bounce off here somewhere and make the move up, hypothetically speaking. But some of these reversals do pick up the momentum. And that's where like maybe a good reversal, even if, you know, whether it's aligned with RSI or not, could still kind of work. But yeah, definitely not like the cleanest point to scale in because of like not the most momentum. Yeah, some of those reversals, at least the ones that were working out last year, they might have some moments of chop within the move, but then like overall, once they start to kind of confirm the reversal, they do pick up momentum. So I might pay attention to it. I might like practice it, see how it kind of works out. But right, it's like a second bet. So maybe you would wait for some sort of like confirmation, just that the trades are working. Like maybe you take out like another high, because again, that's when I'd probably go break even. Like if this was like a reversal trade down, entries here, my TP could be down here, but let's say maybe I go break even after we take out this previous low. Maybe that'd be the scale in point. And like, just as an idea, obviously, for this trade, I probably would just TP down here. I don't think I'd want to scale in down here at the lows, but you know, we take out like another low, for example, or something that kind of gives it that second bet, almost like literally a second entry. Because I think there was a trade I took a little while back. I think I made a TikTok on it, and well, I know I did. I think you liked it, and I was like, I wasn't like surprised because I actually did kind of scale in, but it was a little bit different. I think it was just it was like a double bull flag. So it wasn't like a typical scaling that you would do, or that you've like talked about, like the EMAs and stuff. But we had like one bull flag and then we had like another one. So we got in the first bull flag, which was kind of like taking its time, but we ended up setting up the second one. So then I got in like the second time. So it kind of like was like scaling in, but it's basically it was a second entry that confirmed my trade bias, just because, yeah, it's another flag. So I just technically took both of them, but I was in both at the same time. But yeah, this type of scaling, you definitely probably want the confirmation of Momo, because the idea is to remove the risk pretty quickly. Not to break even, but just like 1/3 your initial. And even on like that trade earlier today, arguably not a terrible trade, but like, yeah, it's like we hit the 1 minute EMA and we just insta reject down and we kind of chop for a little bit. That's not exactly what you want after scaling in. Yeah, exactly. Second, yeah, one flag is like the set for Momo, and then the second flag is just extra confirmation, extra setup. Take the second entry for the second flag instead of the lower EMA. So I wasn't really thinking about it in that way at the time, but in hindsight, it's like the exact same thing. Yeah, if we're holding up like the 1 minute EMA still, it's set up for Momo. I mean, I don't typically just take trades off the 1 minute like this without like a flag setup. But I mean, I definitely could. And like it definitely is kind of the setup for potential momentum. Oh, you're saying one is in a singular, not like the 1 minute. Oh, gotcha. Right. Move happens. It flags or bounces off an EMA, sets up flag by bouncing. Right. Exactly. Or by breaking through these EMAs to the upside, sets up momentum to then kind of reverse up if we're not bouncing. Breaking through EMAs is a breakdown, which is why I stopped using support resistance levels. Yeah. I like almost got into some of that early on. I was like, oh, support resistance, pretty simple. You know, you draw your lines correctly and you get a nice little move, you know. But no, yeah, when you get the breakouts, that's the tough part, which is why they don't always work. Oh, it does work with the trail buys. That's the key. Okay. I see. Right, because how else would you avoid level just breaking? Saying kind of a nice little move there off these EMAs. Kind of wait for the 15 there. Make sure we stay below it. I mean, I could have scaled in below the 5 or the 1. Nice little move. Still not really getting any flags though, or continuation, which we might not really get today, since we are just kind of ranging a little bit. Let's zoom out a little bit. We do, I guess we're kind of getting a little tighter and tighter, maybe forming some sort of pennant. Something like that. I don't know. Didn't draw it the best, but keep an eye on that. Oh, purple pump, give me that. Alright, this game was pretty sweaty. But I figured we'd try a little OG Season 7. Oh, Rusty, I haven't played Fortnite in a little minute. It's no excuse though. Especially like these older seasons, the OG, they're a little different. Oh, I have mats, but I'm still in the no build. I was like, could have sworn I was not in build mode, because I am not good at building. I forgot how to fly these. Oh, it's a dogfight. I was not expecting a dogfight in this game. Oh, it lagged there for a sec. My bolts weren't even shooting. I'm gonna just leave. Controls are weird. Oh, it didn't even let me switch guns. My game like is like packet loss or something. I tried to switch my gun to SMG and just kind of didn't switch. And as he was shooting me, it kind of like lagged me out. It's unfortunate. Could be kind of breaking this pennant though to the upside. Actually, maybe not. We might still be kind of creating it a little bit on a higher time frame. I feel like this has potential to be fun, especially like with some friends, you know, some nostalgia and everything. Of course, I have like the new hit marker sounds, which I don't know if I like, especially in this game mode. We'll try it again. Get an airplane. But yeah, old Fortnite just doesn't have the best movement compared to some of the newer modes, newer stuff, which makes it a little difficult, you could say. Also, I haven't even played in months. I'm just like rusty. Been playing more Battlefield, which is low-key I might switch to if I die right away. That was the dumbest fight ever. Might try this bull flag here in a second. If we can get back above 295. Might kind of be the top of the pennant though. I think if I'm just coping, but December PA is so crap, my trades are just not smacking. I think December PA normally is pretty bad.
Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted.
LMFAO. What? Trading and flying? You got a problem? For the low price of 90 every time. He's trying to shoot me.
Order filled.
Alright, we're in. I think stuff's in a decent spot. We might leave it just as is.
Target filled.
There we go, target filled. During the dogfight. Should make a good clip, right? This guy's really trying not to die here. Oh, he's out. Oh, we got another one on me. What the? Oh well. I'm out of here. But like I said, I think in general, December is pretty bad, so I wouldn't beat yourself up too much. Well, obviously, there could definitely be some things that you could change or adapt as well. My strategy, I mean, this is basically just it right here. You wait for a little bull flag set up off the EMAs, and then you get a nice little pump. Sometimes. Most of the time. Hoping Brandon be retried by now. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember. He showed up yesterday, but he said the price action was just too weird for him, so he dipped before we had all that great downtrend. And then today he never showed up. I mean, though, with all offense. For real, though. Why don't you switch to a firm that offers copy trading? It's almost like you're cutting yourself short. Well, first of all, copy trading in theory is great, but also increases your risk. You're just buying more accounts, you know, like... But also, to really answer your question, I don't know if I did see your copy trading comment. I see his. I see your one about Brandon, and then like I mean that with all offense, but I don't see the other one. But to answer your question about copy trading in general, I don't think it's a necessary thing, but also... Oh, this is really annoying. When I move, my character blocks the entire cursor. Bad skin. Sorry, distracted. But funding ticks, you can copy trade funding ticks. I just choose not to. But you can have up to 5 funding ticks accounts, and you can copy trade them all you want. Copy trading is a low margin for low IQ traders. Dang. Can I hop on 4 with you? Probably not. Trying to play Season 7 OG too. Could be tempting, but I don't know if I'll play much more than like 1 or 2 games. And I kind of decided a little while ago that I wasn't going to play with viewers just because I don't want that to be like an expectation, if that makes sense. But yeah, choose not to copy trade personally, but I totally can on this prop firm if I wanted. I don't think there's a prop firm that doesn't let you copy trade. I could be wrong though. Tilted. Oh, that took a lot of fall damage. That was weird. I barely fell. Gosh dang. Yeah, Brandon's chilling. Just had high expectations. Yeah, I feel like that's fair though. Let me find some heals. I'm gonna die. Low trading and hopping on OG for its peak life. It kind of is kind of peak for sure. I don't know. I've been kind of enjoying Battlefield more recently, though. I'm just trying OG4 because I can. I do like Fortnite. I have played my fair share. But I heard the OG's kind of sweaty. We're gonna find out though. Where did he even shoot me from? I don't see. Oh, he's gonna jump on me. This is a really bad spot to be in. Yeah, that's weird. That's another thing is so far, every time I've played OG, every time I'm in like a fight like that, usually like the last couple bullets that they shoot me with like lags my game out, which I know is not a problem with my computer or my internet. So it kind of just like pisses me off. I don't know like what it is. Like, I don't know if it's just like the game mode itself, but I feel like I've never had the issue with like Reload or the other modes that I usually play. Yeah, I think copy trading is mostly for those who kind of plan on getting like one payout and that's kind of it, if that makes sense. Or maybe one or two. They're not really kind of planning on like scaling up and making a lot of money on one account. Because obviously, yeah, with like the 150k or even like the 50k, once you start to like build the buffer and trade more contracts, you don't really need to copy trade because you can just make a lot of money on one account. But yeah, copy trading is nice like at first because in theory, like even with my funding ticks accounts, Top Step, Apex, whatever, if I start off with 550k accounts, I pass my evals and then I get eligible for my first payout, I can get 5 times the amount in my initial payout than if I wasn't copy trading. But at the same time, yeah, you're just increasing your position size. And if you just have one account and you just get past the buffer, then you can just get 2, 3, 4 times the size anyways, because you can start building the buffer and scaling. And eventually you'll be trading like 5 contracts or 10 contracts on one 50k account, which is the same as copy trading 5 50k accounts. So right, and they'll move you to live anyways if you make too much money. So yeah, and you get worse fields with more contracts, more spread. That was another issue I had last year when I was doing my old strat, getting payouts, as I was copy trading. At first I was doing 2 or 3 and it was fine, got my payouts, it was great. But then once I moved up to 5, I started seeing a fair share of issues with, you know, the fills and the spreads. Some of my accounts like wouldn't cancel the position. And that was like one of the worst parts. Because yeah, like 1 or 2 of my accounts would like either exit early, exit late, or just not even get entered with the copy trading. And it's kind of just a mess. So one account's always safer and you can still make a lot of money. It just takes a little bit longer.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Thinking about switching to Tradeify. They're pretty solid. Yeah, and they have Project X, I believe. I've never used Project X, but I swear every other week Project X is down or having maintenance. So I don't know why anyone would want to use it personally over something like Trade or NinjaTrader, which are a lot more consistent and reliable. But I could be wrong. Shout out Top Step, yeah. They definitely have more issues, I feel like, than other firms with Project X. Oh, it looks like TradingView, so new traders are comfortable with the visual. That makes sense. What time frame? The 1 minute. Then we're getting faked out here. Potentially. Is this NASDAQ? Yeah, it is.
Stop filled.
Dang, a lot of sellers there. I'm currently on my eval on Top Step. Good luck. What made you get that one? Just the, the setup broke above this previous week. We were holding above the 1 minute EMA. Pretty simple. I mean, I guess you could say, yeah, like I kind of missed this one, which had a nice breakout. Maybe shouldn't have been too aggressive on that second one, but it seemed like we were holding up that trend pretty well. Thought we might make a little move to the highs again. Yeah, momentum was definitely a little low there. That could have been, yeah, the third flag. That's definitely fair. Issues on Flying Ticks Discord? Really? People going off about not getting payouts. They did a tactic similar to another prop did. What'd they do? Like, I don't see why they would do that. I don't know. Like I said, I've never had an issue with them, but guess I could check the Discord drama. Really? Transitioning you live after just one payout? Even like a $1,000 payout? That's crazy. Oh, and the time spent for the second payout and the capital goes away. What other prop did that? Trying to remember what other prop firms like were weird in the last. Could have got the V. Yeah, that was a good V. Held up the 5 and 15 very nicely. ETF. Don't know if I heard of them. I was eligible for a second 5K payout. On the last day, they said they're moving me to live. I wasn't eligible for payout. That is really weird. What the heck? Elite Trader Funding. Oh, maybe I have heard of them. Yeah, hopefully they've kind of worked that out. Maybe it's just like a fluke in the system because that's really messed up. Because yeah, if they're not paying people out like second or third, like same, like what's the point? You know? Like fresh accounts going live. So I thought the whole point of like a live account is it's like real money. They don't want to do that to like traders who are just going to blow up their accounts. Because that makes them lose more money. To be fair though, and like this isn't me just like glazing them in any way. But we all remember the growing pains with Apex. And I heard there were similar growing pains with Top Step. And this could be a totally different kind of thing, but also there could be some growing pains for funding ticks now that they've been around a year. And they could just be kind of having some issues or making some mistakes. I don't know though. I kind of want to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. But you never know. I don't see why they would need to be shady. They've been around a year. They've got very solid like marketing, and I feel like they're doing pretty well as a firm. But guess we'll see how it kind of plays out. Are we ever going to leave this area? No idea. Yeah, that's kind of crazy though. Yeah, it definitely sounds shady. Doesn't make sense that they would need to do stuff like that if they're actually like making money. Because yeah, that's what they should do. I think that's what most firms do is they move over all of your profits into a live account, and that's basically like your drawdown is like your profits. So if you're like up 10K, they move you to like a 10K live account. Or maybe they like let you take a payout and then you have like a 5K live account, but then like that's it, you know? And you like work to get more payouts or whatever. But you have like, usually they give you like an option, like you can either go live or you can just like withdraw your profits and be done. Also, Funny Ticks just announced the whole thing where like if you blow up your live account, you can like go back to the getting funded stage, like the sim stage. So that doesn't even make sense why they would like move people over to live quickly if they can just blow up their accounts and start over again. I don't know. Like I said, there could be a very high chance that it's just some growing pains. And they're just having a couple like issues and they're hopefully sorted out. But it definitely is a orange, maybe red flag. Potentially. That's true. If you have 50K instant, that's 49K loss on their books. But in theory, they should be making enough money that they can handle something like that. Because even like Apex, like they've paid out. I mean, I don't know about the whole Trader Kane situation. Like that guy could definitely be pulling something. Like you were saying. But I do know like Patrick Wieland, he's also a YouTuber, streamer. He took like a 300K Apex payout last year. He had like one Apex account and he just like grew up the balance to like 300K or more, and then he just like withdrew the whole account. But obviously he's like a big YouTuber and who knows what they could have done or if they even paid him out, because they don't really need to since he makes so much off affiliates and stuff. Yeah, I'd be kind of pissed too. They banned you from the Discord? That's crazy. Yeah, it's probably in the contract. It's like they can move you to live at any time. They can shut down your account at any time with no warning. That's usually how these things kind of go. Right. So it's nothing crazy has really happened with funding ticks, but if they're showing similar, like similar shady stuff. Still really, really weird. Cause yeah, it sounds kind of unprofessional, which so far funding ticks has been pretty professional. I mean, they're working with like, again, Patrick Whelan, one of the biggest streamers right now for trading. I don't know. It'd be kind of weird if they just like started doing stuff like that. And it also just doesn't really make sense, like moving traders to live that quickly. I mean, sure, they might stop you from getting like one $5,000 payout. But once you're in the live account, you can just build up your balance and get like tons of payouts, which like, I guess wouldn't lose them the most money with like the profit split and stuff, but, and they'd make money as well. But what are the chances like that you just blow up the account and then get another eval and start again, you know? So I don't really know what their plan is or their goal. Seems just kind of weird. Wonder if they know each other. That'd be crazy if they did. They're in cahoots or something. It's like, oh yeah, just do the same thing. Because even if you get like shut down, you can't get sued if you have like the right stuff in place, and you can still make a couple $1 million. Quick bag and then dip. Low key, like, wouldn't surprise me. Because I know there's a lot of shady stuff that's been happening like with Forex and stuff. Offshore brokers, prop firms. And it definitely could be some sort of like pump and dump scheme. It's like, oh yeah, look at this new firm, that's awesome. Right? And then they just make sure they don't lose too much money, get a nice bag, and then something like that. Is ETF still around, or are they done? Are they like gone? Because it almost makes sense that they would kind of... Oh, they're still around. Dang. But they kind of suck now. Dang, yeah. Pricing is high, they're horrible. Having a live account is where it's at. Yeah, it kind of sucks, the whole like payout thing. Like, made 15K with that live account before, blew it. Nice. So that's still pretty awesome, pretty nice. Live accounts definitely have their benefits and stuff. So I mean, even with funding ticks, it's a little weird. It's a little unfortunate that the whole pending payout situation, kind of weird. But yeah, you can just treat Honestly, if they move to live, just treat it like an ATM, just take daily payouts. And if you blow the account, oh well, just buy a new eval, because at least as of like 2 weeks ago with their update, unless they've like undid the update, but like they had the whole new thing about, what was it? Yeah, Monday the 24th of November. Let's see. You can have multiple live accounts per user, no daily loss limit, no ban after live failure. You may now immediately enter back into Pro Plus and Zero program. So assuming that's still valid, I mean, you can just run up that live account as much as you want, take advantage of it, ATM, risk a lot, no daily loss limit, try and make as much money as possible. And then if you blow it, you can just start again, buy another eval, or move to another firm if obviously you're not a fan of how Funny Ticks is doing stuff, which is fair. Can you trade? I can. But I'm not gonna just trade without a good setup, personally. Also, it's like lunchtime, so good trades kind of done with today, potentially. Not that there won't be any more good ones, but we're kind of just in this big choppy range. I don't really want to mess with it too much. And that's kind of why this trade lost, is we kind of hit the top of the range and thought we might get a little momentum, but we just didn't. This one was good though. Nice trading today. Thank you. Thank you. Made 4,500 before lunchtime, then it went back towards the end of the day and was stupid. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, I think you did mention that. You made like 4,500 in one day, lost it all back in one day. Yeah, that's the worst. That's why I stay away from the PM session. And if I was up in Asia session, I'd probably also stay away from New York. Back-to-back bangers, yes sir. We did start off with a pretty heavy loss though, which is kind of crazy, kind of unfortunate, you could say. It's like down like 460 or something pretty quickly on the day. But we made it back with 2 bangers in a row. Hope I can get a live account with Lucid. Really like them. Nice. Yeah, maybe I'll have to try an account with them. See if I can get an affiliate code. I should probably just reapply for a lot of the firms now that I'm like over 100 subs, have more streams and everything. I might be eligible now. But yeah, I applied to Tradeify and Take Profit Trader before and Apex, and they all denied me. But I might try again. Lucid's a little newer, so they might also be easier to get an affiliate with. Bet guy for Lucid? I bet. I mean, I can't use my own code even if I do get one, so... For now, that's the code to use, but if I do get one, I might have to ban that code from the chat. Just kidding. But I'll definitely use it, because I'd rather use yours than some big trader, big streamer. Gotta support the small people. Thanks, man. Yeah, of course. Of course. I know you've used my Funny Ticks code, I think, so gotta return the favor if I buy one of their accounts. But I'm probably gonna wait until after New Year's to buy any accounts, just because of the whole like trading thing. Plus, like most accounts, it's like a monthly payment, so you want to pass within like the first month anyways, so you don't have to pay double. And starting an eval right now and trying to pass like by the middle of January, it's not unreasonable, but like the next 2 weeks are going to be pretty mid to not the best for trading. I know that's the goal with some of these accounts past this week. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes with the ones that I have. And yeah, trying to get more accounts. Definitely going to wait probably till after all the holidays. They're one of the first to give me my own personalized code. Dang, nice. I'll have to reach out to them, I guess. And thank you for using my code a couple of times. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, as always. I might be out here soon also. 12:30 Eastern, lunchtime. We're really ranging pretty big. So probably gonna call it a day here in a second. Unless there's any other questions or comments, concerns. Yeah, another good day. Some BangerTrades, as always. Shout out the V's. Oh, absolutely. Luckily, still got some good trades despite going against the V's. But I guess in hindsight, I actually was a part of the V's, just the upside down V's. Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, see you guys then. Appreciate you guys as always. And if you're new, want to see more, give me a follow. Check out my YouTube, subscribe, like, all the fun stuff. Helps support the channel. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.